Hi everybody, this is Kelly Green and today we're interviewing Lynn Barrett from Spiritual Healing House on how you can heal yourself. So the first steps and different ways that you can at home just start to understand the process and start making a big difference in your life and your family's life. Hi Lynn.
Morning Kelly.
This is our first in a long series of healing interviews and videos. And the reason that I've asked Lynn here today is because she's amazing and really gets, in a very layman's term, how to teach people or how to show people the easiest possible way for them to get to health and healing without using big words and without making it inaccessible. So, yeah. What would you say is the first step to healing?
I think really the first step to healing is you having an understanding of what is happening in your body. If you can understand that, for instance, pain. When pain comes in, it means that the body is saying to you, listen to me, I'm trying to tell you something. You might have a pain in your shoulder. You think, right, I'll go and take a couple of Panadol and that'll get rid of the pain. Nothing but nothing happens on the outside of the body unless you manifest it on the inside first. So that pain is related to something that you have brought to yourself. If you can understand that part of it, it makes it a lot easier for you to say, what have I done that's caused me to have a bad shoulder? I've got pain in my shoulder. Some people have pain there for a long, long time. Some people have pain and it'll be gone in a couple of days. Other people might have a pain there that's lasted there 6 months, 12 months. Sometimes pain can be there for years and years and years, 20 years, 30 years. Oh, that old neck problem, I've had that for 30 years. Hasn't anybody thought to have a think about what is causing the pain in the neck?
So when you say that, what do you actually mean? How have they caused it? Are you talking about like a physical damage, or is it a mental attitude? Is it a combination of all of that creates pain in the body, or disease?
Yes, all of the above really, because it actually comes in on our emotional level. But for the body, for us to understand it, to know that there is something wrong, it comes in on a physical level as well. You might have actually had an accident. I hear a lot of people say, oh yes, I had that whiplash neck 30 years ago and my neck is still sore. Well, a lot of people have whiplash necks and they go in a couple of weeks, in a month, and it's all gone. They never have any problem with it again. But somebody who has a whiplash neck that's been sitting there for 30 years, it's about it coming into the neck, meaning what is it that you need to look at? What is it? What's causing you to have that pain in the neck? Is it something that you're doing, or is it something that is in your life that's a pain in the neck to you? What do I need to do to have an understanding of what I've created there for myself? Am I carrying a burden for somebody who's a pain in the neck to me? It can be a myriad of different things.
So just going along those terms, do you believe that we already have a language for this? Because we've sort of established that, okay, that they've brought this pain into their life through whatever reason, for them to actually work out how or why that pain has come there. You're saying in that last little bit was, okay, so with the neck, we've already got that vocal agreement with ourselves that, okay, it's a pain in the neck or responsibility on your shoulders and things like that. So does that happen a lot throughout the whole body?
Yes, each part of the body. Now, this is where the 7 chakra points actually come into it. There are 7 chakra points in the body and they're all located in different parts, say from the hips all the way up to the crown. And where the pain is will be relatively in an area of where a chakra point is. That's how I know what's happening in the body. So if you have that pain in the neck, it's coming into your throat chakra, and that's about speaking up for yourself. It's about communication. It's about being heard by people, and quite often that is why it's come into the neck, because you're not being vocal and not speaking up or not claiming something to say, yes, I did do that. It's my fault. Being responsible for yourself. So there's a lot of things that it can be. It's about you understanding and knowing where your faults are. You might think, Well, I'm guilty because I don't speak up for myself, and when people say things and I don't agree with it, I never say anything, I just listen.
So how do they get, they've established that, we've got lots of really good things with your chakra points of what parts of the body respond to those, so you can definitely download those. But say they've found out, okay, it's my elbow and that really, really, really hurts, and so what would you suggest an elbow would be?
If you put your arms out like that, it still comes in line with your throat chakra.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Okay, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it comes into that part of the body, which is still about your communication.
Okay.
Okay, it's still about communication. If it comes into the elbow, it's coming into, if it's like into a joint also, it's about movement. It's also about moving forward as well.
And touch the world as well, you should see arms as.
Yes, exactly.
So say they've done that, how do they then come in that they've established it's how they touch the world, or that their elbow's really sore, they don't like talking about things, or whatever they've established that pain to be. How do they then get rid of it? How do they heal it?
Okay, once again it comes into understanding what you're not doing for yourself. So if you're not one that speaks up for yourself and not one to be able to put things into words with other people, then you've got to find somebody, either a good friend, either someone that you can actually talk to and express yourself with, a close friend, a partner, whatever. Sometimes it means sitting up in the backyard and talking to yourself and just getting it out. So why is it that I can't speak up for myself? Why is it that I would like to be able to say these things and I can't? So it's coming back into self-understanding that part of yourself.
Asking the question and getting the answer.
Yes. What am I doing? Why can't I do this? Is it something that happened to me? Quite often it'll be something that's happened in early childhood, that when you went to say something you might have been shouted down by your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father. So you learn to internalise things and say, well, instead of getting into trouble, I won't speak. And that can come from a very, very early age. That also comes in on an unconscious level. Not everything comes in on a conscious level.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means that sometimes we're very much aware of, say for instance, somebody is not speaking up for themselves and they're not really aware that this is what happened to them when they were 2 years old. You were told to be quiet, stop talking, don't interfere. Now that comes in, because that has happened at that early age, that actually comes in on an unconscious level.
Okay.
Because you're now, say for instance 35, you don't really remember all the way back to the time when you were 2 years old or 3 years old, told to be quiet. I'm not talking to you, it's not your turn to speak. So you've learned that if I say things, I'll get into trouble, so I'll be quiet.
So if, okay, they've established that they remember the time, or that they've established that that's something that's, you know, causing them pain in their body, that they're holding that energy somewhere in their body. And I know a lot of people are going to go, okay, well, I get it, I get that this happened to me at such and such a time, but I've still got the pain. How do they then move that on?